Hi there, my name is Bill Reed, and I'm the founder of ProQuest, which is a new web-based application that is coming soon. I am in the Silicon Valley area at the moment, walking the Los Gatos Creek Trail, thinking about how I'm going to introduce this pretty amazing product we're developing at the moment. We moved out of the Silicon Valley area back in 2021 after being born and raised there, or here, because that's where I am right now. And I started my business there. And it got me thinking about back in 1999, 2000. I almost forgot about this, but I developed a web-based project management portal for all my clients to log in, look at schedules, communicate, upload documents and contracts. And this was in 1999, which that's 25 years ago. So that was just a reminder that ever since then, it's always been in my mind to develop a platform to work with homeowners. Of course, since then, there's been tens and hundreds of different ones that have come and gone. And then since then, we've seen social media influencers, people all over the internet, just forging homeowners, with information that I think it's making it worse. And I talk about this in my podcast, the Awakened Homeowner podcast, and that I talk about it in the Awakened Homeowner book. So I revisited the whole thing after I wrote the book, capturing my 35 years in the world of design and construction, of residential upper-end projects for Silicon Valley executives, software engineers, and everybody that's basically was related to tech. That's what drew me to technology. Back then, I got to hand it to all my software engineer clients. They turned me into kind of a detail freak, and I've loved technology ever since. And since then, I've adopted my own platforms to manage my projects. I've gone through ProQuest and JobTread and CoConstruct. I'm even using JobTread today to manage my projects. But now I'm on another mission. It's going to be a cool one because I've now been able to look back and look today and see what's happening with technology specifically to help homeowners navigate projects. There's tons of business-to-business applications out there that are helping all the businesses, but what about you as the homeowner? There is so much fragmentation out there that I want to create a solution, and I am creating a solution to do a few things. One of them is to provide an experience that helps you with the cognitive aspect. The old "you don't know what you don't know" is a real thing, which means you don't know what to think about because you don't know what steps to take. So this system is going to help with that so that you can just sit back and relax and go through the system. But going back to my original development project in 1999, 2000, we called it the Project Center. And I was so enamored with it, and I got such a great response from it, that I submitted the solution to the National Association of Home Builders National Remodeling Quality Award and won. Well, I was part of the recognition, I guess I should say. There were a group of us that were recognized nationally for what we're doing to provide a quality experience for clients. And I was recognized, and I was able to travel and present it to a group of industry professionals, recognized, and that's what made it really stick. So think about this. There are 4 modules to this application I'm developing, and one of them starts with just setting up your project with all of the criteria that you think you want, and we help you with that. We just ask you the questions. It's a guided experience. You don't have to think too much. You just have to go through it to get all the framework into the system. And then we use all of that information to populate our tool we call Vision Spec. Think of Vision Spec as like a Pinterest application, but it's solely focused on the home improvement and remodeling areas. And our technology in the background is going to create your boards for you based on what we've asked and what you've answered. You'll then be able to organize all of those inspirations into a system, which is the spec aspect of the Vision Spec. And I think designers will really love this too, because you can really get lost in the world of Pinterest and digital imaging and so on. And keep one thing in mind. This application is all designed to connect you to professionals that ultimately have to help you. This whole thing online about download 5 checklists and YouTube videos and try to tackle it on your own, you might be able to do that, but you better have a lot of experience and you better be willing to make compromises on your project. This tool, visualize yourself at the end of this tool, preparing a package, and we help you find the pros as well. And it's not a referral service or an affiliation type thing. We just really help you vet out the pros, and you submit to them a package and it says, "Hi, we're the Smith family. Here is our information. Would you be interested in talking with us about your project?" Going back to the journey, we then move into a budget tool based on all of the information we're now learning about you and your project. And we create a preliminary budget, a realistic preliminary budget. None of this crap that you see on the internet saying you can build a project for $100 a square foot. It's just baloney. And you can actually watch my baloney series in the podcast and YouTube series, The Awakened Homeowner. And we create a budget. Now, this is all based on data that I've accumulated for 35 years on what projects really cost. And these are projects that are mid to upper end. So if you're looking for the cheapest way to do it, you can always edit the budget based on what you're being told, which I'm scared of, but based on what you're told by your design professionals, your contractors. And this budget tool will look at a few things for you. It's going to analyze from an investment perspective first. It's going to look at your neighborhood, look at comparable properties, and give you a sense of what your project may be worth at the completion of it. This is a pretty comprehensive, sophisticated technical tool that's doing this, that we're developing. And then we look at the budget based on your project, based on your visions. And then we compare the two. We call it the budget balance. And this empowers you to then relook at your project, relook at your budgeting, and come up with budget guidance for architects and designers. One of the biggest mistakes that homeowners make is not sharing how much you want to invest in your property with the people that are supposed to help you. People tend to hold back, not share their true budget, and let things get out of hand. And what I mean by that is letting designers take your money, and rightfully so, because they work their butts off, design a project that's exactly what you want, and then come to find out it's not your budget. So this helps initiate that conversation with your design professionals so that you can then enter into a design agreement confidently so that you know that everybody's on the same page. And then the next feature is called ProQuest. And you can literally go through this process in one sitting, at least to get a really good solid start, rather than all the delusions that are out there. And then we help you find pros that align with your project criteria and you in your personal profile, your project profile. And then I'm available to step in all the way along this process for people that may need a little extra help, don't have the time to go through this in a consultation package, and I'm willing to help with that too. So that's kind of the quickie here. What I'm up to with BuildQuest, we've completed the design and it's about to go into development. And what I welcome you to do now is visit my podcast. It's called The Awakened Homeowner. So these are sister adventures here, The Awakened Homeowner and BuildQuest, all owned by me. And The Awakened Homeowner started with the book, and I quickly realized that's not going to cut it, that it's a great source for education, absorption, and I highly recommend it as you're pondering your projects. I know people are sitting there for months and years thinking about a project and just absorbing all that information, because you're going to recognize a lot of this if you tap into the BuildQuest app and start managing your project. So I have the Awakened Homeowner, I have BuildQuest, infancy stage right now. I welcome you to follow me along, because I'm going to put this out there for everybody to see as we develop it. We've got a great design team, great development team, and we're going to be sharing our progress through all of it. I just wanted to touch bases with you because I know this isn't a highly produced video, and you're never going to get that out of me. I don't have time, and I'm not going to pay people to do it, but I want to get the message to you I want to get the information out there, which is what I think you really care about. If you want me in a fancy little studio, I suppose I could do that, but I've done that already a few times. And I just want to get it in your head. So that's what I have for you today. I'm Bill Reed with the Awakened Homeowner and now ProQuest. Watch me dazzle everybody. Bye.